scholarship. And I got pregnant the first time I had sex, and I always tell the ladies we used a condom. So in any event, keep your legs closed, you won't get pregnant. So here's the thing. So here I am, I'm at home, I'm 19, I don't know what to do with my situation, and so I began to become depressed and suicidal. And if it wasn't for my family speaking life into me, I believe you speak what you seek. Whatever you see, you gotta speak it. My life is here today because I spoke my life into existence. I believe there's power in what you decree and declare out of your mouth. It forms like that. So if it's negative, it's gonna form like that. If it's positive, it's gonna form like that. But we all gotta go through a season called process. Many of us want the outcome, but we don't want the process. We don't want to be pruned. We don't want the process. We don't want the pain. We want just the outcome like that, and we don't want to be shaped. But you got to be shaped, because if you're going to be like a diamond, the diamond is the hardest material on the planet. You're going to have to be shaped. And the only thing that can shape the diamond is another diamond.
Right.
See, the only thing, I'll go back to my story, but the diamond is real genuine because it comes from the mantle of the earth. And what happens is, when it begins to, the only way we can see the diamonds that we admire in the glass case, and we're hoping it's put on our married finger one day, is that it says that it comes through a volcanic eruption. The diamonds come through a volcanic eruption. That means that your life has to go through a shaking. People have to let you down. You have to be betrayed. You have to get laid off your job. You have to go through a volcanic eruption. Because if you don't go through a volcanic eruption, you would not be processed to weather the storm once you come upon. Because people are not going to celebrate you all the time. Everybody on that board, everybody don't clap for them. Right? So it says that only 20% of the diamonds make it to the earth. Only 20%. And we're celebrating 20% of our Black African American historians. But our story don't stop there. It continues with us. When I look at my life and I look at my struggles as a way maker for somebody else, it makes me believe that I can do it. So here I was 19 and pregnant, and I didn't know what to do, and so my family supported me. Long story short, I had my son at 20, I got married at 20, we got married at the courthouse, we said I do, we didn't know what that meant. I do the dishes, you do the laundry, whatever. We didn't know the covenant of marriage. And so we married young. Long story short, fast forward, I'm 23, I'm divorced with 2 sons now. I'm sleeping on an air mattress, I have no job, and my ex-husband left and he went his way. And I said, God, what do you want me to do with my life? I didn't believe I was smart enough because I only went to school to run track. And I heard very clearly, to all the single mothers, I heard very clearly, go back to school. Well, for what? What am I going to go back to school for? But it was clear, go back to school. And so I have 2 brown boys that society is looking for me to raise with integrity and character, so they won't be in the system, so they won't, listen, I had to make a decision. And I don't believe in forcing people to parent when they're not available. You can be it's easy to create a baby, but that doesn't make you a parent. Parenting is intentional. I wrote a book about that too. So here's the thing. So I was 23 and I made a decision. I'm going back to school. I can't look back. I start dropping friends that were not beneficiary to my purpose. And I began to work a part-time job, making $7.50 an hour at a part-time gym, a fitness center. That fit my skill requirement because I had no job, I had no experience. I was a track runner. So here I am in the gym, cleaning down fitness equipment, and I began behind that desk to write down where I saw my life, earning $6,000 a year. I'm getting an associate's degree, bachelor's, master's, PhD. I'm going to open a nonprofit. I'm going to help other single mothers. How am I going to help them when I'm sleeping on the floor? But I saw my vision even though my situation. See, I believe that your dream can come if you're sleeping on a cot at Pants. I believe in your hard place, you can find your new beginning. Because that's what's going to give you the fuel to move forward and be the difference maker and the change. Many people are not called to be the first, right? Because to be the first pioneers, that means you're going to have to be the first one to take the hit. You're going to have to be the first one to fail at something that's new. Many people fall back and say, I can't open this business because no one's coming to it the first year. What you got to understand is that you're further than where you were when you were dreaming about it. See, so what happens is you got to overcome that hurdle. If you're doing something that no one in your family has ever done before, it's not a failure. You're moving forward. I like to think when I ran track and you overcome the hurdles, and if you fall over the hurdle and you fall, at least I'm ahead versus backwards.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And so many people feel like, oh my God, no one's coming. But listen, I like to think that when I look at other small businesses and I see Shirley's Chicken, not to say that I know Shirley, but I'm just saying. I see a son that says Shirley's Chicken. I said, well, go ahead, Shirley. At least Shirley had bold enough guts to get a sign, get the paperwork done, get passed by, and she has her own business. She's not dreaming about it no more. She's not wondering about it. She's bold enough to step out. And so I didn't like being broke. And I knew that my sons needed to see a different environment, a different change. And so I pressed myself. I said, I'm going to move forward and I'm going to go back to school. No matter what nobody says. I don't care if anybody in my family don't support me. Nobody in my community don't support me. I'm going back to school. Your wealth is here. It's not in your bank account. It arrives to your bank account once you get to the place where you now know what your purpose is and you're serving, right? Wherever your heart is, that's where your treasure is going to be found, right? So it's not about the job, it's about the purpose behind the job, right? So even if you're a janitor, you apply to be that janitor. That means that you're going to be sweeping with joy, right? Because you applied to be that janitor. In addition, you have the master key to every building, every door in the building. You have access, right? So I believe that whatever you signed up for, you did it. So you're held accountable to operate in integrity and be a change maker in that position. So here I was, 3 years from now, I was earning $7.50 an hour, $6,000 a year. I was going to CLC at night. I was coaching track at North Chicago. Right after that, I was working 2 jobs. I was cleaning cars, whatever I could to make sure my sons had what they need to have, because I wasn't receiving child support. And next thing you know, I'm fast forwarding. In 2004, I was able to get my bachelor's degree working at that fitness center. That was the first job that I was able to branch out to have is at the Boys and Girls Club. And before that job, I was making $7.50 an hour. I said, I want to make $20 an hour. I thought I was going to be rich. $20 an hour, I'm rich. When I went to the job interview, I was honest with her. I told her where my position was. She said, well, I can't pay you much, but I start you with $20 an hour. I didn't want to dance, but I just said, okay. I had to hold myself. But you speak what you seek, and it begins to manifest, right? And it can be negative or positive, right? And I didn't want to feel sorry for myself. I went to the DHS office. I never received public aid before in my life, but my kids needed a Medicaid card, and I didn't have that type of insurance. And I sat down before the caseworker, and I said, listen, I don't want your public aid. I don't want your link card. I just want the medical card. She said, I never had anyone to come in here and deny public aid. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to school. I'm going to be great one day. She said, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know, but I'm going to be great one day. For me, though, it was in a moment of decision. I didn't want to walk with a limp, not to say that people don't have emergencies, but I didn't want my life to be an emergency. I needed to feel the pain to give me the courage to keep moving forward. See, whenever I stepped on that air mattress, it reminded me that I had to go to class that night. It reminded me that I had to go to work that day. Whenever I felt the pain, whenever I felt it, it reminded me, Michelle, you got to keep going. You're not there yet, right? So I began to seek, an opportunity for a home. I wanted a home. I'm sleeping on the air mattress. No one in my home has ever bought a home. I'm the baby out of 4. How do I get a home? I don't even know nothing about a home. Here we are, $20 an hour. I worked at the Boys and Girls Club for 2 years, and my last paycheck in 2005, I donated it. I donated the entire check, and this was before Christmas. I didn't get no child support. I sowed a seed by faith. I said, I believe if I donate this, I'm going to get a big breakthrough. I don't know what. And the next day, the College of Lake County called me. They said, we want to interview you to be a recruiter for the college. You do? You want to? Yeah, we want to interview you. They asked me to come to the college. Now, mind you, my only true experience outside of the gym was a Boys and Girls Club. I was developing after-school programs. I love working with youth. I love working with youth who come from hard backgrounds because I can relate to them. I wasn't afraid of them. I love them. They're like diamonds that need to be shaped. And so, here, long story short, I got the job at CLC as a recruiter. And I was the happiest recruiter CLC ever hired. I'll go on record saying that. I was at all 19 high schools in Lake County. I was recruited in the cafeteria. I was saying, listen, CLC is not the college of lasers. It may be your only chance. Come Come on, rolling here. So I was a recruiter and I was happy about it. And a year and a half in that position, the college did something they never did in history. They promoted me to be the youngest associate dean for community education. I had no experience, but I had vision. And I believe when you have vision for your life, when you lead with intentionality, when you don't feel sorry for yourself, when you want to step out and be bold and brave, even if no one supports you, your life will begin to manifest what you speak in the direction that you're going. But if you keep walking with a limp of, I don't know I can, and no one in my family support, people may not support you. Normally people who are familiar with you, they won't. They just won't. But you have to be okay with that. Because your support will come outside of your zip code. You understand what I'm saying? But you still have to sow a seed in your zip code. So here I am. I was a dean for 6 years. I did really well and I learned a lot. I failed, right? Leading people. And then God dropped in my spirit in 2012 when I defended my dissertation to start my own nonprofit. And he gave me the Teen and Single Mothers Resource. And I said, well, how am I going to do this? I work. I can't do it. He said, don't worry, I'm going to lay you off. In 2014, I got laid off my dean job. I was making good money. I went from $6,000 a year in 2004, and in 2008, I got a $70,000 increase. That was a FedEx moment for me. And so in 2014, I'm laid off. Well, how am I going to, I bought a $35 sign. I completed my 501c3 with the federal government. Didn't have a building, but I spoke to the son and said, one day you're going to have a building you're going to be on. You're going to serve single mothers in this county. Next thing you know, COC gave me a severance package. That paid my entire year and a half, 2 years. I was living off that severance package, and I went to State Career College. And I said, how can I serve your single mom? I wanted to serve. How can I serve your single mothers here to help retain them? She said, where's your building? I said, I don't have one. I'm mobile. I go wherever I'm requested. She said, I want to partner with your organization. And I've been physically, our nonprofit, inside of State Career College for 4 years now, serving single mothers. We've impacted over 200 mothers in this county, helped 2 moms buy their first home, provided $1,000 in scholarships for 6 mothers, 20 college graduates. So our entire goal is to help mothers realize their purpose. Education, not everyone's going to get a PhD or a bachelor's degree. But you do need advanced knowledge in whatever it is that you're going to do. That's what our mission is to equip, empower, and educate single mothers. So I don't consider myself a history maker. I consider myself a servant. I consider myself a woman that has been through the fire, that is running in my lane. I don't have time to look to the left or right, and I know what my purpose is. And I'm not going to die full, I'm going to die empty. You understand what I'm saying? Because my generation's behind me. My ex-husband's doing 25 years in prison. I had no other choice but to move forward. Society wants my 2 brown boys in the prison system. It's already overflooding. Private prisons are also benefiting from that cheap labor. My youngest son is 18. He attends a Millikan University on a full music scholarship. And my oldest son is 21. He's a dental chairside assistant, and he's been battling Crohn's disease all his life. But they're both moving forward. But I said, what would they be if I didn't make a decision? When I was sleeping on the floor, when I didn't have nothing, when I was depressed, what would they be if I decided not to get up? So this is not about, while we celebrate Black history, we celebrate our past. I challenge you to celebrate your history, celebrate your present, and move confident in the future. God bless you. Thank you.